Hi everyone, I'm Alan Walker and I'm hanging out with Rob at Front Row Live.
Congratulations on, first of all, your first show in LA, and welcome to LA. It looks crazy outside, dude. I don't know if you've actually looked out the window or if you walked out there, but it's busy out there.
Yeah, I saw the queue when we actually arrived here, and it's absolutely mental. It's just crazy to see that the show is sold out, and it's also my second show here in the US, and I did my debut show yesterday in Vegas, and it's absolutely crazy.
Now, how different is the debut in the States, the debut show in the States that you did last night, to your first ever live performance, which, correct me if I'm wrong, it's in 2 days, your 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, well, pretty much the very big difference is that in my debut show in X Games in Oslo was that it was my very, very first show ever, and I was really, really nervous, and I didn't know how it would go. And this time I wasn't so nervous because I've been starting to get used to be on stages, and yeah, I think it was really, really fun to actually be able to come to Vegas and perform.
Yeah. Now let's talk about the latest single that dropped not too long ago, "Alone." Although everybody has heard you because of Faded, I feel like "Alone" kind of defines who Alan Walker really is. The lyrics on there. Tell me a little bit about the creation process of this single, especially coming on, making it after the success of Faded.
Well, I even think about it as after the success of Faded is that I've been trying to avoid having the thought about that it's have to be something that's gonna live up to the success of Faded. Right. I've been more like thinking that I just need to make songs that I like, or songs that I like to produce. And the song was pretty much started to be created back in Oslo. And it was a studio session with me, my co-producer and co-writer, and Nuni Bao, the vocalist. And she came up with the lyrics, and we continued writing on it. And she just had this absolutely brilliant idea of the concept and everything. Yeah. And we just started to write more and more, and we ended up with a song that was pretty much about unity and not being alone.
Right. And speaking of the ideas, who had the idea of adding the choruses of the kids in the track? I thought that was the most brilliant thing ever.
I think it was actually one of my co-writers, and that's Jesper Borgren, and it's just that it's giving a more I would say human touch to it, and it gives the whole song a very different experience because I feel like there's been a huge choir just participating in recording and making this song come together.
Now, I know motion picture soundtracks really inspire you with your music, but how do you keep that mindset when you're creating music? Because you can listen to any of your tracks and I could put it onto any film, so how do you keep that mindset going?
I don't actually know. I'm just trying to make whatever I like and whatever I think that's listenable, because I'm thinking as long as the melodies are good, then the song is pretty much good to go, because I'm a guy that really cares about the melodies in a song, because I feel like the number one most important thing in the song is the melodies. If the melodies aren't good, then I don't know if the audience would listen to it. So right. But yeah, with Alone and Faded, the melodies has been quite simple but also very catchy, so I think that's also what's catching the audience.
Yeah. And you learned all this stuff on your own through YouTube from the beginning, and I saw live videos of you performing, and you have a keyboard on stage that you're playing, you have a drummer, a beat drummer on stage as well. So are you comfortable now the way that you play instruments, especially live?
It's been a very big challenge to actually learn that, and it's quite an experience to actually perform that kind of way, and it was, I don't know, it's just crazy to think of the whole journey behind it. Right. And we've been performing lately at different award shows, for example, a full band, and I think it's really, really a cool thing to do, because it really gives that human touch feeling to the whole song and performance.
Yeah. With the award shows, you one of them you had Zara Larsson do the song "Faded" with you. I really like that collaboration, although she wasn't the original singer on the track. Yeah. But any plans of maybe doing some kind of collaboration with Zara?
I would love to, but so far at the time being, there are no plans.
On previous interviews, I've heard you say that you have no plans for an album or an EP for 2017, just singles. Is that the best way to do it for EDM artists today? Because I feel like more EDM artists drop singles rather than the album.
Yeah, I absolutely think that's the way nowadays, because the market is becoming so much streaming based, and it's so hard for an artist to build up like a whole like album to reach up to like the amount of popularity that you really wanted it to be or reach, I would say. And just by releasing single by single, the song gets its shine.
Right. And I feel like when you guys release the singles on their own, I feel like the longevity of that song is even longer than if you were to drop a record.
I feel like that's one of the reasons why I also feel like it's better to just go by single, because then they also can easily go back instead of having like getting a whole catalog at once, just right in their face. And then it's always like that one song or two or three songs that's getting more and more attention than all the other songs, and then it's kind of like a waste, I would say, because these other songs could also have had their chance to actually become huge.
Right. Now, as you're still learning how to produce and how to write your music, what has been the biggest challenge so far, being Alan Walker?
I think getting used to performing, actually, because I would say I was really afraid of performing before, but I was more like always nervous.
Yeah.
But after doing my first tours and then getting more and more used to it, I would say like it's really, really fun to actually be on stage and perform for people.
Nice. And with the music videos, you've used the same directors for the last 3 videos. What is it about them that really caught your attention the first time?
It was actually through my label, Sony Music in Sweden, and they knew these guys, and we just tried them on Faded, and I don't know, like they just delivered a magical content. They just had so many different ideas, and it was really, really cool. And that's one of the reasons why we ended up with using them on Sing to Sleep and on Alone, because they know the whole brand of Alan Walker and the whole story and the storyline, and I think they were the perfect ones to actually do the follow-ups as well.
Now, for those that don't know who Alan Walker is or what the brand is all about, how would you describe it?
Alan Walker, I would say, is pretty much a producer and a DJ who pretty much started from the bedroom making music just for fun in 2014. I mean 2012, but I had my breakthrough in 2014 on the internet, and in 2015 I released my song Faded, which took the internet and world by storm. And ever since then, I've been touring around the world and performing on the stages for thousands of people, I would say. And yeah, and my whole pretty much concept and symbol is pretty much the whole mask and the hoodie, and it's pretty much a symbol of unity, and that anyone could be a walker, and that we all can achieve amazing things.
I know you're under 21. So are you dealing with the same situations? I don't know if you were familiar with Martin Garrix. He has to be escorted in and out of his shows. Are you dealing with the same thing because you're under 21?
Well, so far I've only had one show here, and I would say I could relate this to his situation. Yeah.
One thing I want to put out in the universe, I know you want to do a lot of collaborations with bigger names, but I would really, really, really love, and I hope if you're watching it, I hope you're listening, and you say yes to this. I would really love to see a collaboration with Ellie Goulding.
Yeah, well, that's also what I've been saying sometimes, because when I released Faded, so many people thought it was either Adele or Ellie Goulding that was singing, but it was actually Iselin Solan, which did also the vocals for Sing Me to Sleep. Yeah. And I think definitely it would be really, really cool to actually end up doing a song with Ellie Goulding, because there were so many people that thought Ellie Goulding was singing in my song, but it wasn't.
That would be really cool. I mean, I hope it happens for you. Now, you're about to hit the stage in a few minutes. What is a live show like for you? How do you really prep your shows?
I'm trying to prepare my shows in a way that I can also combine my songs, my original songs, in a way that I also can combine it with harder songs and higher BPMs, and yeah, so I can get like variation in different genres, different styles, and just to give the audience a kind of like a different experience, because I've been kind of like noticing that people can easily get tired of if the BPM is just the same. It's kind of like a drop break, and Now it's more like you still have the drop and break, but you have the variation of tempos. So it's more like you have longer breaks or like more like calm tracks and also harder tracks.
Well, now today you're in LA. Tomorrow you're going to be EDC Mexico. What are you most excited about EDC? I mean, that's one of the biggest festivals here.
I don't actually know. It's such a huge festival. I've been reading about it on different music blogs, and it's just crazy to actually be to actually be knowing that I'm going to perform there for my very first time.
Right. Well, I mean, congratulations with that, and best of luck with the rest of the tour. You guys be sure to check out Alan Walker. Pick up his new single. It's called Alone. It's out now. And one thing that makes Alan Walker so different from any other EDM artist out there is?
I would say I always make melancholic music, and it's also very uplifting because I don't know, like I just really like uplifting melodies, and I think it really depends on your mood, and I don't know. I think, and that's what's really defining Alan Walker as an artist and music style.